Have you ever felt a chill run down your spine when you were all alone in a school after hours? That eerie silence, the long, dark hallways. It's enough to make anyone's imagination run wild. But what if what you imagine is real? Tonight, we're journeying to Japan, to an old school with a secret, a story whispered from one student to another for generations. This isn't just any ghost story. This is the tale of a bathroom that no one dares to use, and the terrifying encounter that sealed its fate. In the oldest wing of a sprawling Japanese high school, a place where time seems to have stood still, there's a girls' bathroom on the third floor. Most students wouldn't even think of going near it. The tiles are cold, even in the summer, and the air is always heavy, thick with an unspoken dread. Legends swirl around this place, tales of strange noises and fleeting shadows. But for the most part, students just knew one thing: avoid it, especially after the sun goes down. It's a place best left to the ghosts of the past. Our story centers on Mr. Tanaka, a veteran janitor who had worked at the school for over 30 years. He was a practical man, someone who didn't believe in superstitions or ghost stories. To him, the students' fears were just that, childish fantasies. He'd seen it all, cleaned up every kind of mess, and heard every rumor. The spooky bathroom on the third floor was just another set of rooms on his nightly cleaning route. He scoffed at the stories, polishing the floors and wiping down the windows, completely unfazed by the building's nocturnal creaks and groans. One Tuesday evening, a fierce autumn storm was raging outside. Rain lashed against the windows and wind howled through the old building's corridors. It was well past 10 o'clock, and the school was completely deserted, or so Mr. Tanaka thought. As he was making his final rounds, pushing his cleaning cart down the dimly lit hallway of the oldest wing, he heard something unusual, a sound that didn't belong. Over the noise of the storm, he could distinctly hear the gentle, steady sound of running water. It was coming from the one place it shouldn't be, the infamous third-floor girls' bathroom. Mr. Tanaka sighed, annoyed. He figured a student had probably left a faucet running, wasting water. With a grumble, he pushed open the heavy wooden door to the bathroom. The air inside was surprisingly warm and steamy, clinging to his skin. And there, standing in front of the long row of sinks, was a girl. She had long, dark hair that cascaded down her back like a sheet of silk. She was wearing the school's old-fashioned uniform, a style they hadn't used in years. Her back was to him as she stood perfectly still, rhythmically brushing her hair, the soft bristles moving through the dark strands in a hypnotic motion. The janitor cleared his throat, his voice echoing slightly in the tiled room. "Excuse me, miss," he said, trying to keep his tone gentle but firm. "It's very late. The school is closed. You shouldn't be here." He expected her to be startled, to turn around with a sheepish apology. But she didn't. She just kept brushing her hair, the methodical movement never faltering. The only sound was the running water and the soft swish of the brush. A flicker of unease went through him. Something felt wrong. The stillness of the girl was unnatural. "Young lady," he tried again, a little louder this time. "Did you hear me? You need to go home." He took a step closer. He could see her reflection in the large, age-spotted mirror that hung above the sinks. But her face was obscured, hidden by the curtain of her long black hair. Still, she gave no sign that she had heard him. She just kept brushing and brushing and brushing. The repetitive motion was starting to feel unnerving, menacing even. Mr. Tanaka's initial annoyance was quickly being replaced by a creeping sense of dread. Finally, the brushing stopped. The silence that followed was deafening, broken only by the hum of the faucet. Very, very slowly, the girl began to turn. Mr. Tanaka held his breath, a cold knot tightening in his stomach. He didn't know what he was expecting. A crying student, a defiant troublemaker. But nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to see. As her head completed its turn, the long black hair parted, falling away to reveal her face. And there was nothing. No eyes, no nose, no mouth. Just a smooth, blank, featureless expanse of pale skin, like a mannequin's head. It was a perfect, horrifying void where a face should have been. Mr. Tanaka's mind couldn't process it. A scream ripped from his throat, a raw, primal sound of pure terror. He stumbled backward, tripping over his own feet, his heart hammering against his ribs like a trapped bird. He scrambled away, crab-walking backward, his eyes locked on the impossible faceless girl who just stood there, watching him with a face that had no eyes. He didn't stop running. He fled from the bathroom, his cleaning cart crashing over behind him. He bolted down the hallway, his footsteps echoing madly in the empty school. He didn't look back. He ran out into the stormy night, not even bothering to lock up, and didn't stop until the school was a distant silhouette behind him. He never returned. He quit his job the very next day, refusing to ever set foot in that building again, his mind forever scarred by the image of the faceless girl. The next morning, the first teacher to arrive found the janitor's abandoned cart and the third-floor bathroom door wide open. Curiosity piqued. She cautiously went inside. Everything seemed normal at first glance. The faucet was off. The room was empty. But then she looked at the mirror, the very same mirror the girl had been staring into. Running across its surface was a web of cracks, splintering out from a central point. And if you looked closely, you could see the distinct, horrifying shape of a face, 2 eye sockets, a nose, a mouth, pressed into the glass, as if something from the other side had tried to push its way through. To this day, that bathroom remains locked. The mirror was replaced, but the stories say the cracks always return. Students whisper that if you're alone in the school late at night, you can still hear the sound of running water from behind that locked door and the soft, rhythmic brushing of hair. They say she's still in there, waiting for someone else to come looking, forever brushing her hair in the mirror, searching for the face she lost. Thank you so much for joining me for this chilling tale. I hope it didn't give you too many nightmares. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the world's most terrifying legends. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a spooky experience in an old building. Stay safe and see you next time.